Welcome to part 2 of what happens in a mind taming session. So the session itself, the very first one, is normally about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours long, depends on the story you've got to tell. And that's what it's normally about. It's about you telling your story. It's about my client expressing themselves, telling their story, telling me what's happened, what they would love to achieve. And it's about me just gently asking the right questions to make sure that we steer things and I get to find out what's really going on. Where have those limiting beliefs and those fears come from? Where were the occasions that things happened that maybe somebody needs a little bit of help with? And that's what it is. And then when I've got all the information that I need and the person has told their story, because I really do think that telling your story is part of the healing process, we settle down. And the person, if they're in my cabin, they are on my lovely, gorgeous, swanky, comfy chair, which the cats also love. Or they're online and they're sitting there either with headphones or without, depending on their situation in the home, and we get comfortable. If it's winter, I always provide a blanket, and I suggest people get it if they're in their own home. If it's summer, then a fan, because at the moment it's really quite warm here. And then what we do is I get the person to close their eyes and we get into a deep, relaxed state. I'm not in control. The person is in control. And then what we do is by getting into that deep relaxed state, we allow the subconscious mind, that part of the mind that's either chattering away or is actually hiding, to speak up. We get the answers, and then we go in and then we take out the negative beliefs and we put in empowering ones, or we heal the parts that need to be healed. Because I've qualified in hypnotherapy, emotional freedom technique, mindfulness, various coaching, and a couple of other bits and pieces, because I've been a therapist for 18 years now, so I've got quite a lot of different things I can call on. And then I take all of those and I create the answers that the person needs. And whilst they're in this deeply relaxed state, we get to the root of the problem and we'll create shifts. Those shifts can be tiny or they can be absolutely massive. And that's what gets things moving. That's what gets the changes happening inside somebody. And that's what I absolutely love about what I do. I also educate people. I am a huge advocate of education, because if I can teach people tools and techniques that they can then keep and know forever, it means anytime any other problems come up, I'm kind of there with them. I'm there cheering them on, even though they're not there and they don't have to pay me for it. They've got their tools and techniques from me. So it's about empowerment forever, not just in the short term. And that's why I love what I do. I love creating changes and empowerment. So if you'd like to know a little bit more, part 3 is coming soon, and have an awesome day.